Hello, my name is Lauren Gillian, and I am a Ruby ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And I have recently got back from this Silver Stars trip. And I was asked to give a little insight into what exactly it took to earn this trip. I will say that I have an amazing team. I have a force behind me that is working this so passionately, and to be able to team up and link arms with them and work hard towards earning this trip was just really, really, really incredible. So I have a couple of questions that have been asked to me that I'm going to kind of go over and answer and kind of give an insight into what exactly it took for me to earn Silver Stars. So the first question was, what was the goal that you set for yourself to win this trip? So for me personally, when I joined Plexus, I saw all of these incredible trips and incentives, and to be quite honest and 100% truthful, we work for the best network marketing company there is. The incentives and the rewards and the trips that they give us for working our own business are truly remarkable. So for me, I had my eyes set on earning as many of those as I possibly could. I love to travel. I love to have fun. So Silver Stars was definitely something that I had my mind set on earning. And I knew at the right time, when I had the right amount of people that were working this, I was going to go with it with everything that I had to try and earn this trip. So I had talked to several friends that had earned Silver Stars previously in the past, and they said their numbers ranged anywhere from 15 people that they had helped on their organization and their levels 1 through 4 achieve the rank of silver, 8 ambassadors that achieved silver, 6 ambassadors that achieved silver, and all of those friends kind of gave me a little insight into what it took as far as number-wise for them to get there. So I had my mind set on 8. If I could help 8 people in my organization promote to silver, I felt pretty confident that I would earn the Silver Stars trip. So that was my initial goal to earn this trip, was to help 8 ambassadors in my levels 1 through 4 earn silver. So that was my first goal, and the next question is there a certain business tool that you found to be extremely helpful in motivating the most ambassadors ranking to silver? So for me, we typically do a monthly Silver in 7 group. So it's a private group that we organize, and we invite people that are interested in going to silver. And it's a daily video that kind of trains the new ambassador on what it takes to work this business and to have 3 people join you. And so we did that, I did that the first part of the month, going into September. So I started it right out of the gate, and I had a list of people that were working this business that had either signed maybe 1 ambassador or 2 ambassadors that weren't quite silver yet, and anybody that had just joined our team that was interested in working the business. So I had a complete list of all of those people, and I was in constant communication with them. So every day I made it a point to reach out to them, to encourage them, to help them, to see what they needed from me, and to facilitate that communication to their prospects as well. So when you're first starting out with Plexus, you really have no idea, exactly what you're doing. So I wanted to be that person that could fill in those gaps and to help relieve that stress and that burden of not knowing what to expect. So I got with all of them from the very beginning, and I told them, either you're really close to hitting silver, I'd like to work side by side with you to help you earn that this month. Or if they had just signed into the organization, I explained to them what silver was and how attainable it was and how I wanted to help them achieve silver. So for me, I had that constant line of communication with them every day. Most people need that encouragement and that cheerleader that's encouraging them that they can do this and that they have what it takes. You know, most people don't see that in themselves, and it takes a little belief from someone else to get them to see it in themselves. So I wanted to be that cheerleader and that encourager for them. And I continue to do that now, but that was definitely a big tool that I used. And in that communication also came communicating with their prospects. So we did a lot of three-way chats in Messenger on Facebook. We did a lot of group texts, and we did Zoom videos as well. So any way that I could alleviate the stress for them or the nervousness, the angst of people reaching out to them and not knowing what to say or anything like that. I wanted to alleviate that for them at all costs. So I told them if they had a prospect, someone that was interested that reached out to them, that we could easily start a message where they would add me and introduce me to their new friend or to their friend. This is my friend Lauren. She has been in this business a little bit longer, and she has a lot of information and can help answer any questions that you have. And that was very, very, very pivotal, I believe, in allowing my team to see that they don't have to carry the load of, you know, starting out and not knowing what to do all on their own. You know, I'm not signing them up and then just tossing them to the wayside and telling them to like kind of figure it out. No, we're going to do this together. And I used that as a huge tool to encourage them to know that they're not alone and that I was there to help them every step of the way. And that's something that I continue to do every month, even when I'm not working towards an incentive or a trip, but to be there for my team. So let's see. Another thing too that was important for me was I had levels 2s and 3s and maybe even 4s that had uplines that were not actively working this business, but that they had sponsored in and that they were interested in, you know, going silver and getting their products covered or actually working this business. So I just took them under my wing. They were now my level 1, and I was in constant communication with them. So I would, for all of the people that were on that list, I would message them pretty much daily to check in with them, see what potentials they had, any prospects, any people that were on their radar that they thought would benefit from these products or that had shown interest prior. So I just was very intentional with communicating with them every day to see where they were and to see what I could do to help them that day. And that went a really long way. And then also helping them with posting on Facebook. So again, you're starting out and you don't really know what to do. You know, you've joined this business, you're excited and your adrenaline's going. And I wanted to captivate that right from the beginning. And I wanted to help them see that if they could get information out to a large audience at one time, how beneficial that would be. And most of the times once they made some posts, they would get some feedback, they would get some interest, and that got them excited. So I helped them come up with ways to make their first coming out post and what they would say. And I helped them throughout the rest of the month with statuses if they didn't know, you know, what to put out there or where to find information about our products and testimonials and stuff like that. So to just help them find compliant information that they could put out to their network to get it across to a large audience and a very easy click of a button. So just being there for them in that way and letting them know that they do not have to come up with all of these statuses and this information all on their own, that I was there to help them and to help prepare those things for them. So that would be, in a nutshell, the tools that I use. Communication, you know, constant communication with my team, with the people that are wanting this, and the Silver and 7 groups to give them an insight into what working Plexus business kind of looks like. And then just being their encourager and their cheerleader and telling them that they can do this. And so, yeah. The next question was, what was the biggest hurdle I had during the month that I achieved Silver Stars, that I was working intentionally to earn Silver Stars? And I would say that my biggest hurdle was staying organized. So I created that list that had, 20, 25 people on it. And I had to be super organized with who I had reached out to, what they were saying, what we were scheduling, calls, meetings, texts, whatever it was, and just staying super intentional and just really honed in on my organization skills. So I'll give you a little insight into what that looked like for me. So I created this little board, and you can see it's kind of all messed up. It's gone through 2 moves now, and I just can't part with it because it's just so sentimental to earning this trip and what it really entailed. But I took all of the people in or the majority of them that were wanting to work towards silver, that were new ambassadors that just joined, and they also wanted to work towards silver. And you could see that starting out in the month, I put their name, and I had 3 columns. So it takes 3 ambassadors that you personally sponsor to go silver. So I wanted to keep track of how many people had ambassadors and how many we had left. So I had 3 columns, and I wrote down everybody's name and the people that started with an ambassador that month. They started out with 1X or 2X, and then some people started out with no X's because they were new or they hadn't signed anybody yet. But I had all of that at my fingertips. And every time somebody would sign an ambassador, I would mark an X in the column in which, they just signed. And so when I could look at this at the end of the day and see, like, okay, so-and-so hit silver, 1, and I circled it. And you can kind of see over here where they're all tallied for the people once they hit silver. And I kept track of that as we went. So, you can see my 1, my 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And for me, being able to visualize this and see this every day was huge because it kept me organized, it kept me focused, and it allowed me to know where they were and what they needed still to accomplish and to do to reach their goal of hitting silver. So that was super valuable. So I would say if you are working towards Silver Stars, get yourself a little dry erase board. I think I got paid a couple dollars for that at maybe like Walgreens. And I had everyone's names on there. And it was super helpful. So if you are working towards Silver Stars, I would highly recommend getting you a dry erase board and writing down the people in your organizations, their names, and just keeping track of how many ambassadors they have under them and being able to see that. So that was definitely my biggest hurdle during the month of earning Silver Stars. And my biggest hurdle was being organized and staying focused on the people that were working it and the people that really wanted to earn silver, to earn the rank of silver. So I had a planner. I wrote down their names, what we had talked about that day, and any meetings or calls or whatever that we had scheduled with prospects, just to keep it at my fingertips. So my biggest hurdle was staying organized during that 30 days. So the next question was, what was your favorite part of the trip? And you guys, this trip is just out of this world. I mean, I knew that I wanted to earn it because I had seen pictures and heard about all the fun things that you get and the exciting stuff, but I had no idea what I was in for. And I am just so amazed by this company. It built my belief just through the roof. And we really are so spoiled with Plexus. But my favorite part of the trip was definitely being able to go to the corporate headquarters and go to their offices and to walk around and to see everybody in customer service that was working, that answers our calls, that troubleshoots for us, and just to see the backbone of our company, to be able to go and tour our warehouse and to see all the shipping and just the entire process of what we do on a daily basis. It was so awesome. It was so cool. And, Plexus has a top-notch facility, you guys. It is incredible. Their warehouse is the most organized, clean warehouse I have ever seen. And our corporate offices are amazing. And you guys, it's set for huge growth. So it was just so exciting to see the ins and outs of our business and to be there to see, just exactly what all goes into running this hugely successful company. And of course, I got two favorite things, but was being able to go to lunch with Alec. So it was just me and one other Silver Star recipient that were on the trip. Usually there are 3 people there that have earned the trip for the month, but on our particular month, there was only 2. So there were 4 of us there, the 2 people that had won the trip, and then our guests. So for me, it was me and my husband and Alex. So it was the 5 of us at lunch together for over 3 hours. You guys, it was amazing. He is literally just the most fascinating man, and I feel extremely, extremely blessed to know that he is the one that is leading our company, that him and Tara are truly genuine and that they truly care about us as ambassadors. And I could tell that in the 3 hours that we sat there. And, you know, he was able to ask us questions. We asked him questions. He kind of gave us an insight into fun things that are headed our way with Plexus. And just being able to sit down and relate to him as a real person, it really was just so fantastic. And I know, having a very skeptical husband, having him there and having that belief built in him as well, it could bring tears to my eyes. It was amazing. It was so, so awesome, because these men, they care about us. They care about their company, and they care about each of us as ambassadors that are working our own business. And they want to provide for us, you know, in such a huge way. So those were definitely my favorite parts of the trip, or being able to see our corporate offices and to be able to sit down and have lunch with Alec for, you know, over 3 hours of one-on-one pretty much time with him. And that was incredible. It's something I will never forget. And it was a total highlight of this trip, and I'm pretty sure of my Plexus career. So that, in a nutshell, was my favorites. And last question would be, what advice would you give to your downline to help motivate them to want to earn Silver Star's trip? And for me, I know that me going there and sharing this kind of lit a fire in some of my team members. They saw that this was attainable and how amazing it was, and they have set their sights on earning Silver Stars as well. So I would say for them to know that, you know, once you have an organization with a group full of people that want to work this, before you hit Senior Ruby, we can make it happen. We have to be, you know, intentional with helping them and to give them what they need to be successful and to believe in themselves, but just opening their eyes to what all happened at Silver Stars and what all happened while we were in Arizona was a huge motivating factor for them. So I just want to continue to pour that belief in them and to touch on it and to share my experience. Going to the resort, it was one of the nicest resorts that my husband and I had ever been to. It really was just so fantastic, and being able to be wined and dined and sent to the spa and to get a wonderful massage and to hang out by the pool and to get $300 spending cash, lots of Plexus swag and fun stuff. The trip was seriously first class. It started from the very beginning, being picked up at the airport by a chauffeur and a macked out BMW that brought us to this amazing resort. And it just continued from there, you know, being chauffeured in Plexus's Sprinter van, Mercedes Sprinter van. And it just was a remarkable trip. So being able to motivate my team into understanding that it's something that they want to win. They want to be there. They want to experience that. They need to have that belief. They need to sit down and have lunch or dinner with Alec and Tarl and to get that same belief that I got. It was so amazing. So I will continue to motivate my team to work hard to earn Silver Stars. And I know that a lot of them already have their sights set on this fun trip. So I just, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys all for everything you did for us at Silver Stars. Lana, you're amazing. And I just, you know, this definitely has been a highlight of my career, and I am just super blessed by Plexus and this opportunity. And thank you for asking me to do this video, and I hope that has been very informative and helpful, and I look forward to seeing you guys all soon. All right, bye.